This video is brought to you by the 3 Minute Board Game patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Hansa Teutonica in about 3 minutes. It has no solo mode, it's a game for 3 to 5 players, playing time is medium, and it's a moderately complex game. You are a merchant trying to build a network of trading houses in Renaissance Germany. Can you outmaneuver your opponents in this cutthroat game of commerce? The game ends once 10 towns have been filled with trading posts or once any player reaches 20 victory points. The winner is the player with the most points after final scoring. You score points from many sources, just keep an eye out for the gold coin. Action selection. There are 5 different actions you can take. Network building. You will build a network of trading posts on the board. Area control. Only one player can control each town on the board. Player turn. Each player has one of these player boards. Place a piece on every space except the leftmost one. Then put 1 disc and 5 to 9 cubes in your hand based on start position, and the remainder in a reserve. The top right row tells you how many actions you can take each turn. The 5 actions are summarized below your board and you may take them in any combination. Our reserve is in the bowl and our available pieces are on the table. When you take an action, you place pieces on the board from available, and whenever pieces are removed, they go to the reserve. The first action is income, and it uses a number shown on your bags on the lower right track. Take that many pieces from your reserve to available. If you have advanced this track to the end, you may take all pieces as one action. The second action is to place 1 piece on the board. You may place them anywhere that does not have another piece. If you want to displace an opponent's cube, you must move 1 of your cubes from available to reserve. Meanwhile, the displaced opponent gets to move their cube to an empty adjacent path and gains another one from the reserve to place using the same rule. If you displace a disc, it costs 2 cubes to the reserve and grants your opponent 2 free placements from their reserve. The third action is to move your pieces up to the value shown on the middle track. They must move to empty spaces. If you have a full line between 2 towns, you may take an action to convert them to a trading station. This places 1 of those pieces on the leftmost spot. You must have the right shaped piece for the slot and have unlocked the right to place in that colored area. If the path you have is adjacent to a town with one of these yellow banners beside it, you may remove your pieces to instead take that upgrade action. For here, that is to upgrade your action track to get more actions. Each of the 5 tracks is unlocked at a different town on the map. Whenever you use a trade route, the players that control the towns at either end of the route score a point. Score before resolving the action. So here, red and yellow both score a point. Control of a town is determined by who has the rightmost trading post, unless one player has more trading posts than the others. If you complete a track with one of these bonus tokens on it, claim it. It will have a one-off ability you can use, and they're worth points. Place a new token on any empty path. You may also score points by placing on this route once, completing a path from one side of the map to the other, and building a network of connected towns. You score 1 point for each connected town multiplied by your value on the top left track. Why would you like this game? I often hear people say Euro games are all multiplayer solitaire, and that couldn't be further from the truth here. Hansa Teutonica is one of the most intensely competitive and in-your-face games I've ever played. The whole gameplay loop rewards you for getting in the way of your opponents, and the person who wins is usually the one who's managed to jam their pieces into the path of everyone else playing the best. It's also a game where you have to adapt to the constantly evolving board state, and sticking to a plan just because it's your plan will end badly every time. This is the big box, so it comes with a couple of expansions, but the game doesn't really need them, as the core game is infinitely replayable. All up, Hansa Teutonica is a brilliant game for people who like pushy games that aren't directly confrontational. The best thing about this game is just leaving your pieces in someone's way and making them move them. It's glorious. However, this is a zero-luck game and skilled players can absolutely dominate, and it can be a pretty miserable experience if you get behind, as the game has no catch-up mechanics. For another nasty Euro, you could try Troyes, and for a more complex network builder, try Brass Birmingham. Hansa Teutonica. Cube pushing is cool. Gold medal game. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.